Okay. What's up? We're getting everything set up really fast. Okay. Here we go. So, we are now live. Hopefully, everything should be coming through. Okay, yeah. We are covering this slight risk that we have in southeastern parts of Louisiana and southern parts of Mississippi. I'm gonna go to the Brandon radar in Rankin County, so we can get a look at these storms. It'll be a minute before the radar actually comes in. I'm not sure why, but the radar is wanting to be really slow today. So we did get a new reflectivity color table. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. What recommendations color table wise you want to see. I just got something that's a bit brighter. That's crazy. He's insane. I mean, there's some good types of insane. People call me insane. I just like tornadoes, right? So yeah. Our main concern is here near Yazoo City at the moment. I mean, there's no uh severe thunderstorm warnings on it at all. Do believe that there is a special weather statement, but other than that, it's unwarned for anything, or it's not warned for anything. Um, could be producing some gusty winds, a lot of rain, and definitely some lightning. This is going to be putting down a lot of lightning, so don't want to be outside in that. We're watching as these storms start to initiate in Louisiana and move into this slight risk area. But for now, this looks to be the most powerful storm right here. Looks to be consolidating into a line. I need to change this text. I need the text number 4. Right now we're at 0 tornado warnings and 0 severe thunderstorm warnings. Just want to get on here because why not? I need to put something out for you guys. So this is headed towards Yazoo City, which has a history with tornadoes. Definitely it had a really, really bad tornado, I think 2010. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but so that was probably a little bit scary for some people. Also, people were freaking out since it was near Rolling Fork, but I mean, it looks like for the most part, the tornado threat with this right now is minimal. So nothing to worry about too much tornadic wise there. Just gonna be some lightning, thunder, rain, maybe some gusty winds. I'm going to. I'm trying to tell what the best radar for down here is. I think we're actually on it. So we're just watching these cells as they form because these probably have the best chance at producing tornadoes out of any of the cells right now. So these are something to keep our eyes on, definitely. I can only stream for about an hour, I think. I have a soccer game later tonight, so gotta lock in for that. Also have school tomorrow morning. So yeah, maybe one of these days, we're gonna do like another chill stream or something, because it's been a minute since I've been on here. So yeah. Win for you, Jesse. I gladly. I'll let you know if we win. It's like our arch nemesis is. It's gonna be a rough game. It's gonna be hard, but we can win. We can do it. Everyone like up the stream, by the way. Let's get to like, I don't know, 15 likes. How's your day? It's been pretty chill. Just doing a lot of school. Doing a lot of school per usual. Watching this, like, what seems to be kind of reaching out of the Yazoo City storm, as this could be like a little bit of a Popeye's arm sort of thing. It goes like this, and then you have inflow winds that wrap in behind it here, and then that can lead to maybe like a little spin up tornado. So that's definitely something I'm keeping my eyes on. Near Yazoo City, probably. Beyond that, heading towards Midway, Eden, Benton areas. So yeah, you believe in me? Let's go, Jesse. I mean, that's all I need, basically. Like, we're just gonna win then. Okay, see ya, Peachy. Thanks for tuning in. So that's something to keep our eyes on there, definitely. What do y'all think of the new color table, by the way? Put in chat what you think of the new color table. It's a lot brighter and a little bit more in your face, but I think it kind of looks good. I mean, I have almost infinite choices when it comes to different color tables, so I mean, if y'all like something and you want to see like a color table, any recommendations for uh, the color of the radar, let me know. The radar is a bit slow today, so we're gonna have to give it a couple of minutes to actually get going. Also, I'll give you a sneak peek on what we're working on here. Me and James. Get them self-updating, but we'll see. So that's the plan for the new overlay. Um, is I'm wondering is if this radar is out. Let me try this one down here. Because that radar does not seem to want to be working. That's a terminal. Try the KMOB radar. See if that does anything. Waiting on the radar to come through. Hopefully it does, because radar's pretty helpful when you're doing radar coverage, not gonna lie. Okay, so here's a closer look at these storms in far southern Mississippi. Aren't really looking too impressive. We have this that will probably make landfall soon. It's just a cell that's over the water, which I'm definitely keeping my eyes on. That looks like it could be a bit of rotation, but we'll see what it does once it gets closer to land. Right now, it's not a big concern. There is this island right here, or Barrier Island, that seems that it might be in the path of it, but overall, just something to keep our eyes on. Chris, what's up? Your schools got shut down for from flooding this morning? That's crazy. Speaking of flooding, there was a mesoscale discussion earlier about flooding with this event. I'll have to find it real quick. I'll see if I can pull it up. I need to working on getting the new mesoscale discussion image and opening it. So, go to scene 5. Here we go. So, this is what the MD looks like. We have, they're saying all the way up into southern parts of Indiana through central parts of Mississippi. There will probably be a lot of rain and possible flooding. I am included in this, so definitely going to be keeping my eyes out for flooding. That's definitely a concern with this system. Definitely a big concern with this system. Yep. So that's something that we are looking out for at the moment. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Back to scene 1. And back to the radar here. So, looks like that sort of appendage kind of just got sucked back into the main line, so it didn't do much, but definitely keeping our eyes on the Yazoo City storm right now, as it is the most impressive looking. I think it has been the most impressive looking of the day. Watching these cells that are starting up here, these kind of like prefrontal guys up here, so that's basically what we're looking at, just making sure something silly doesn't happen, because there's definitely the possibility that tornadoes could happen today. I doubt there will be like violent, strong ones, though there's always a possibility, so just want to be weather aware. Okay. I'm checking Blue Sky and Twitter for anything interesting. Once again, if you have any questions or anything, put it in chat. I will gladly answer them. Yeah, just watching these, this will probably condense it just into a line that moves across the area with some possible damaging winds, but other than that, shouldn't be too bad. I always find it funny. YouTube always sends me an email when I go live, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know when I go live, because I'm going live. So that's just kind of funny. I'm going to look up special weather statement. I'm trying to get a special weather statement place file. Okay. I'm going to try something real quick, actually. So, right now we're working on what our radar is going to look like. So, import place files. Okay, so I'm going to try to add a place file. That's a shaded day 1 outlook. And it does not seem to be working, because that seems to be... Okay, well, here's our day 1 tornado outlook. You can't see it very well, but we have a big 5% there. I'm going to go back to the slight risk there. Okay, there we go. Does not seem that worked. I'm going to try to get special weather statements, because those are something that are very interesting. Let me check chat again. B-Dog's in here. Davis is in here. Franklin is in here. What's up, y'all? Is Davis still in here? If Davis is still in here, that'd be crazy. Davis is one of my favorite celebrities, as everybody knows. Trying to get special weather statements on GR2. Sometimes it just won't work. I guess we're chilling though. I might call the chat if y'all. I might call the chat with Davis and stuff. So we're still looking at some storms. Still, most impressive ones is near Yazoo City, but these are definitely maturing down all the way up and down Mississippi, stretching all the way into northern, or I guess southeastern Louisiana. We are 5 likes away from the goal. Trying to get all this to work real quick. Let's see if I can pull this up. That'll make this a lot easier. Gotta multitask a little bit here. View your channel. YouTube's an interesting, hard to figure out, at least for me. It's just an interesting tool. So we hit 225 subscribers. 225 subscribers. Let's go. So I say the goal is 500 by the end of the year. What's up, Lucy? How's it going? And thank you. One sec. Okay. Okay. So got that figured out. We're watching. I'm personally watching these cells that are kind of on the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. I think these have the greatest tornado potential. Maybe some of these prefrontals here. Maybe even further out into here. As for our strongest storm right now, your Yazoo City, it looks like most of the tornado threat with that is pretty diminished. Waiting for that shelf cloud, yeah. I mean, no matter how long you have to wait, if you do get the shelf cloud, worth it. I will literally take anything. I haven't seen a storm in forever. I can't remember the last time I saw lightning. Chances are that I will see some lightning tonight, though. I'm kind of skeptical because last time I thought that it just didn't pan out because it doesn't want me to see lightning. So yeah, 18Z has snow for you. Probably not gonna happen though. Yeah, the GFS does GFS things. It will. Sometimes it's like really really good, and other times it'll be like 20 hours out and still completely with it. But you just have to wait and see. I usually don't. I usually take GFS with a grain of salt. That's like I mean, most models, I'm not like, I don't only predict with one model. I'm not like, oh, the HRRR literally tells you exactly what the weather's going to be every single time. But like, I trust the HRRR like a little bit more than the GFS sometimes. It really depends on the setup. There are some setups where the GFS does better. Every two model runs or so, it shows snow for you. Yeah, I mean, I I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, there definitely is a possibility that there's snow. I mean, it'd be cool if there was snow, but my confidence isn't very high. Um, yeah, there's really not much going on. This line's just starting to strengthen a little bit as it really starts to organize. But other than that, it just waiting to see if any warnings come out or anything. It's so inconsistent. Yeah. Always models always keep you on the edge of your seat. They'll always be going back and forth. Just for fun. I don't know why. The storm's here. Okay. Gotta get the footage. Indeed. That's the right mentality. That looks. I mean, yeah, I can't say much off that, but keeping our eyes on this Yazoo City storm. Seems to be the most powerful right now. It seems to be uh the best. Okay. Um Let me check OBS real quick. It's doing something silly again. Not too concerned about velocities on any of these right now, so I'm going to go to main reflectivity screen for you guys. What's up, Dominic? How's it going? So yeah, main concern is with this one in Yazoo City. Kind of confusing. There's Yazoo down there. This right here, but that's the county name. It's not really a town. So this is near Yazoo City, heading towards Benton. All good? Great. What's up, Jesse? Those were some great pictures from 2024 that you showed. Those were awesome. Those Momadas that you saw, I think that was you. Yeah, those were insane. Those were great. So Yazoo City area, Benton, Midway, those areas in Mississippi. I definitely just stay weather aware there, because there's definitely the possibility for this storm to do something. It seems like it is a bit more linear, though. Definitely maybe a bit more outflow dominant. So not too confident in its tornadic potential, but just want to keep your eyes on it. Anyway, you just can't play it too safe with these. We are 14 likes. The goal's 15. We'll just one away. Let's go. If y'all have any questions or anything, put them in chat. It gives me something to talk about, and I'll definitely try to answer them. So yeah, watching these prefrontals here, maybe this one headed towards Glancy. Watching that, dropping a like, let's go. What's up, Grifter? Watching this one headed towards Lucas, Mississippi. Kind of has like a bean shape to it. Let's see what velocities are looking like here. A little bit of convergence, you could say, there. But yeah. My mic's bugging a little bit. Let me know if it's too bad. Dominic, for sure, definitely. So, normally I have 4. So, I'd say my main one would probably be this. 1 second. Let me figure this out. Where I'm trying to find my main one. I do. So, Dominic, this is reflectivity up here. I'll move to it individually. This is like the rain. This is what you normally see on like the TV screen. So, this is intensity of rain and possibly hail. Doesn't really classify it, but it just shows you how heavy and how much is in a certain area. Next, we have these. This, which is, I believe, in the. Yeah, it's to the right. So this is velocity. This is winds. So red is winds going. Winds going towards the radar, I believe, and greens are going away. I'm kind of blanking here, but these are just winds going in opposite directions. So when you have them like really tightly next to each other, sort of like this, that can mean you have rotation going on. This seems more like a surge of wind, though. But when you have really tight together reds and greens that are like right up next to each other, that can mean that there's rotation. So we use this to look at the winds. Then this one down here to the left, you see all this purple? This is the really, really interesting one. I like this one a lot. So this purple is called correlation coefficient, this radar here. And basically, it gives, the radar beam goes out, and it hits the objects, and it comes back. It's kind of like echolocation. It's a Doppler effect. That sort of thing, right? So, if they see something like a 2x4 flying in the air like debris, then it's going to be it's going to be different than the other rain, and then the leaves in branches and such that is in debris. So those don't correlate. They don't correlate at all. So when you don't have like any, if it's not correlating, you'll get these low blues. And when you see like a concentrated circle of blues that's aligned with some rotation, that can mean that a tornado is lofting debris. Rain and precipitation is usually pretty symmetrical. So this here, it's just all high. It's at like about 1. So it's just rain. But there can be debris that gets lofted, and you'll have like a blue dot wherever that is. And then to the right, I have NROT, which basically is like the velocity, but it just kind of maps it out for you. It just shows you where a little bit of rotation is. So those are my main 4 that I use for radar. So yeah, if you have any questions about those, just put it in chat, and I can go in depth a little bit more if you need me to. So yeah, watching this near Yazoo City. That's the main 4 you use on GR2 as well? Yeah, definitely. These are really, really great products. Really great products. The bottom left, that's called correlation coefficient. Abbreviated as CC. And if you look that up, you can get way more in-depth kind of look at what it actually is. But basically, it just tells you what is going on in the air, if there's any debris or if it's just rain. But yeah, correlation coefficient. Makes perfect sense? Yeah. I mean, it's one of the greatest products in my opinion, too. It's really great. We hit 15 likes. Let's go. We hit the goal. Usi is back. Let's go. Okay, so near Yazoo City, it's doing this thing again where it kind of looks like it's getting a little bit of inflow, but I can't really tell. Now you know what you've seen in the past? Yeah, definitely. Yep, we all love CC. CC is such a great radar product. So yeah, watching this headed towards Benton, that could be something to keep our eyes on. It's getting a bit more of a supercellular look. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. In this next scan, it looks a little bit like it could be getting some enhanced inflow, but overall the structure on reflectivity kind of like looks like it got a little bit more cluttered in terms of precip, kind of choking that updraft off. Thank you, Chris, for putting that in the chat. Yeah, it is kind of reverse. It's interesting. The lower the correlation coefficient, uh, the more likely that there's debris being lofted. Let's hit 20 likes. Why not? Why not? So yeah, once again, if y'all have any questions or anything, just throw them in chat. Keeping our eyes on this headed towards Benton, as it could be developing some inflow, which can start tornado genesis, which will put down, not it will, but which can be the start of the process that will put down a tornado. I'm not saying this storm will, though. And this line still seems to be strengthening a bit more. These prefrontals are starting to strengthen as well. These could do something. Each of these. Still looking at this storm. Looks like it's got a bit of rotation near Lucas. I pointed this out a little bit earlier. So that's definitely something I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. So yeah, looking at this near Yazoo City, that's my main concern right now. Definitely gusty winds, lightning, and such, but I could see them putting or watching it. I could see the NWS watching that pretty closely. 2 likes away from 20. Let's go. Um. So yeah, these probably just all these storms that are stretched all the way from southeastern Louisiana up into Mississippi, kind of up just to the east of the border. There, these are just going to bring some wind, maybe some lightning, maybe even a little bit of small hail, but that's not our main concern. They do have the slightest chance to put down a quick, brief tornado, so we're definitely keeping our eyes on those, but nothing too concerning right now. So just need to be staying weather aware and making sure we keep our eyes on this. Still looking interesting near Benton. W Sam, thank you for putting that in the chat. Yeah, we talk about these risk areas like a slight risk, marginal risk, and I mean, once you get up to like slight risk, that's not necessarily significant, but it's definitely something to take seriously. And slight risk doesn't seem that threatening, honestly. It doesn't really. It wouldn't provoke thought. It wouldn't provoke thought in most people because it's slight in the name, but it's definitely something that you need to pay attention to. What's up, Jesse? You're back. Let's go. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Um, So yeah, look at watching this near Benton. Watching this near Benton. That's a bit far away for me to believe is a CC drop right here. But I'm just keeping my eyes on it. Just keeping my eyes on this storm. It's looking a little bit more interesting as we go on. It's taking a bit more of a supercellular look, but it also looks a little bit linear. So something to keep our eyes on definitely. Heading near Benton, eventually up near Midway, Pickens, Ebenezer, Goodman, and places like that. It's going to be moving northeast. This is kind of like the storm motion right now. That's what it's looking like. More like east northeast. It's moving a little bit more east than I thought. Say you were looking for a storm. I know about hooks, but what are the main ingredients on your radar? So before you even take a look at radar, you just kind of got to take a look. Kind of got to take a look into what the day's looking like. You can get a good idea based off the SPC outlook. Sorry. But once these storms start popping off, you're gonna want to look for more of an isolated development, and for tornadoes, you're gonna want to look for like a little bit of a bean shape, just kind of slightly curved like that, and that means they have inflow, and it's kind of like its own like engine. That's what supercells really are. And once you look for a supercell, which doesn't necessarily have to have a hook, it'll just be kind of like a bean shaped and be pretty self sufficient on radar. I'm probably gonna make like a YouTube short that goes in deep explaining this, but just stuff like that, just like those isolated sort of things. That's what you want for a supercell, and supercells produce most of the tornadoes. But other than that, if you just see any high DBZ values on reflectivity like this, that's what you're looking out for if you're looking for just any storm. Do you have any idea why my pictures on my disc from my Canon camera aren't popping up on my computer? I have an adapter plugged in. It has all my pics I've taken except for the ones from today, and it would tell me if I'm out of storage. You know you're not. That's actually interesting. I'm not quite sure. So you plugged it in. Do you have an SD card? Because you can just put the SD card. I'm not sure if that's what you're saying there. You can just put it directly into a lot of computers. That's what I usually do. I don't usually do it by cable, but that's the only thing that I really know to do. Definitely need to educate myself more on cameras and such. I really, really hope that all those photos aren't gone. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Definitely. There doesn't have to be a supercellular tornado. That is definitely true. Thanks for bringing that out. I should have talked about that. But you can get in these lines. We definitely might see this today. But in these lines like this, you can get little spin ups where you'll just get a brief, quick tornado along the line. So it's not necessarily supercellular, which is supercells are those isolated rotating storms, but you can get it on almost any storm. You can get tornadoes on almost any storm. You just got to look for rotation with velocity. They pop up on your camera, just not on your computer. Okay, that's good, because if they don't pop up on your camera, that would be bad. It also depends on the camera, but if you just try using all the ways you know how or can just to get offload images. If you can do it via Wi-Fi, try that. That's definitely something you can try. Let's hit 20 likes. We're at 19 right now. Okay, yeah, this storm near Benson. That's something to keep our eyes on. Look at that. It's kind of like getting a hook. I would not be surprised if this did go tornado warn pretty soon. This could definitely go tornado warn pretty soon. You see this convergence right out ahead of it. I'm not sure how much I trust that, but that definitely could be something in Benton right now, moving northeast. That shape is giving me Dixie Alley QLCS embedded supercell. So that's definitely something to look at. Definitely something to keep our eyes on. Probably our main focus right now. May just be a dodgy cable. Yeah, definitely, Dominic. Yeah. If you have any other cables, I would try that. Looks like the look of the Amory tornado before it dropped. Honestly, that kind of does. I could see that. Amory was a wild looking storm on radar. So yeah, keeping our eyes on this for a possible future tornado. Just keeping our eyes, making sure it doesn't do anything. This is probably gonna head towards Pickens, Midway, areas in between those. It's moving east northeast. This is all in Mississippi, by the way. This is in the marginal risk, but definitely don't want to disregard it. This is looking pretty impressive, especially on reflectivity, that shape. You remember the velocities glitching like crazy? Yeah, that was crazy. You'd at least put a tornado possible with this storm, Sam. I mean, yeah, but maybe the NWS is seeing something that we're not. They definitely have more tools, more experience, and everything else, but there's definitely something to keep our eyes on. One like away from 20. Let's go. And we're still watching these prefrontals down here in southern Mississippi and these storms that are firing here in Louisiana. So now we just need to see opposing winds on the red and green screen. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for. And we're getting a little bit of it here, actually, near Benton. So, Dominic, you see this red right up next to the screen? That means there's possibly a little bit of rotation. Here's where my doubt comes in. This is more convincing that there actually is rotation than not. But you see... Let me go back to the scan. It was a little bit cleaner. 1 second. Okay. So, where it was, this is a little bit out ahead of where our main precip is. See this gradient right in here? That gradient, that's where I'd want it in those higher DBZ, like the yellow areas on that reflectivity radar. I'd want this rotation to be correlated with that, just so it's kind of trustworthy. Because when you get those lower return values, it's just less and less convincing and less trustworthy. So, still don't want to disregard it, but that's my thought process with this right now. Looks like it just kind of surged a little bit, so keeping our eyes on that. In terms of reflectivity cleanness, it's looking a little bit less impressive now, but still want to keep our eyes on it. So yeah, this is also possibly could be a relatively big flooding event. I mean, SPC had a mesoscale discussion, I believe, down here all the way up into Indiana, just like Ohio Valley area, into Mississippi, all under the mesoscale discussion about flooding. So that's something you definitely want to be watching out for. Yeah, definitely, Dominic. Anytime. Anytime. When there isn't something too concerning, I mean, even when there is, I always try to explain what I'm talking about here because it can be hard to understand, definitely. Makes more sense, yeah. Definitely still some things in weather that I still don't fully understand. But yeah, looks like I got to start shutting down the stream soon. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit longer. Definitely keeping our eyes on just keeping our eyes on this right now. You figured it out? That's good. That's good, because, well, were the pictures good, though? Was it a good shelf? W Stimpy, thank you for putting putting my stream on Blue Sky if you're watching. So yeah, definitely just keeping our eyes on this. Yeah, that's looking kind of concerning. Looks like it's surging, but it could wrap up. It's very broad, but something definitely could happen. Headed towards Pickens Midway North Vaughan. I'm not sure. Vaughn? I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. But this town right here. Definitely just want to be keeping your eyes on this. No tornado warning yet, but just something to keep our eyes on. You hear thunder, you'll do your best to share with you? Okay, yeah, definitely. Thunder's always a good sound to hear. Haven't heard it in like months though. Broad but has potential? Yes, definitely. Broad potential, like broad rotation. It's just when it's not very like tight and concentrated. This is like over miles. But when it's really tight and concentrated, that's just that really tight rotation. You heard it this morning, lucky. Watching this, headed towards Carpenter, Mississippi. Definitely watching that. Reading the screen's quite addictive. Oh yeah, I've been doing this for like my whole life. I just look at this all day. But yeah, it looks like I gotta start shutting down the stream too. Hopefully the threat diminishes with this near Benton, but yeah. Is this software widely available or do we pay? I had to pay $250 for this software, but there are softwares that you can get for free. Let me see. Let me work on something real quick. I have to find something. I'm gonna try to get a link to put in chat to a free radar, website that you can use at least. If one of the mods can get the regular NWS link with their NWS radar, that would be very helpful. But I'm gonna try to get something else real quick. So Dominic, you can use this. It doesn't really like scroll back up and down. You can't really do this, look back, but it has like that right there. Oh yeah, Attic Radar. It's one of the best free browser radars there is. So you can find the different radar products. So it's definitely something to keep your eyes on. Definitely like I keep my eyes on this just in case I can use it. If I get a website and I want like live radar, I want to contact the guy who made this, because this is like a really great browser program. A lot of good tools. So that's definitely what I'd recommend for now. If you do get a couple of bucks, I would get Radar Omega or Radar Scope. Those are around $10 each on like the App Store, I believe, but definitely worth it. They're really good. Thank you, Lucy, for putting that in chat. And AccuWeather is free, but it lags a lot. Yeah. I remember looking at AccuWeather all the time. Both are W? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. GR2 is a great program if you do have $250 to spare. I saved up all summer mowing lawns to get this. Thank you, Chris, for putting the links to those in chat. Radar Omega is better in your opinion, but you have both and they're great. Yeah. I have both. I mainly use Radar Scope when I'm like on the go, but when I really want to take a dive into things, I'll use Radar Omega. Radar Omega is maybe a little bit even more user friendly, but it's just like a little bit cluttered in my opinion. So when I'm like out on my bike trying to not die, I usually use Radar Scope because it's just quick and easy for me. I know it really well. GR2 Analyst. So yeah, I do use GR2 Analyst. Thank you for putting the link in there. If you have $250 to spare, I would recommend it personally, but uh, it's definitely a financial commitment. But it looks like I gotta hop off here about now. Quotes by Levi. When I'm out on my bike and trying not to die. Well, yeah, definitely. I also have a couple other funny quotes. I mispronounced Floridian one time. Uh, and Lena Cooper put it in her summit video, and now everyone will just randomly tag me with the screenshot of me saying Floridian, but not right. Also use Radar Scope for quick, and then Radar Omega for a deeper dive on the go. Yeah, definitely. GR2 at home, perfect setup in my opinion, honestly. So yeah, thank you Jesse W Stream. Yeah, I definitely had a blast on here, but it looks like the tornado threat with this has diminished at the moment. Definitely could do something in the future, but I have a soccer game to go to. Wish me luck. So, I got to get ready for that. So, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a great stream. Uh, just stay weather aware. We have a couple of radar links in there if you want to track it yourself. I don't think any of my buddies are streaming right now, but keep on the lookout for Davis Does Weather, Mr. Storm, and Jesse TWX if they start streaming, because there are definitely some great channels that'll definitely get you some great information. Thank you guys. It was a W stream. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you sometime soon. We hit 20 likes right at the end. Let's go. Adios, y'all.